Ben, how you doing, bro? What's going on, man? Great to meet you, brother.
To the battery.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Is this a residence too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, word.
So we got a residence on this side of the building.
Got you.
The other side is the...
This is nice as hell.
Yeah, it's cool. The other side is a hotel for pretty much the casino.
Got you, okay.
And then they got the chess cafe, wedding venue out front. So.
Bro, this is real nice. Like, when was this made?
Yeah.
Because this looks like renovated and stuff, but obviously the building looks old, but like it looks real renovated.
Yeah, so the
newly
building's
renovated.
been here for 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
So this building actually powered the city, all the electric, for like 60, 65 years. You might have to fact check me on that. You guys have an office here?
No, our office is out near King of Prussia. Yeah, so outside the city.
Take a peek at this. So a little cool rooftop. I just actually had a birthday.
How long you been living here?
Like 6 months.
Bro,
Yeah.
how have I never heard, like, when I was doing all my research, 'cause I used to live in Philly.
Yeah.
Like, this would have been right up my alley of a spot to go to.
It's so nice because you're kind of out of the mix.
True.
But, you know, you have the luxury of the apartment.
Right. No, it's real nice.
I had your boy Bradley up here.
Brad Kraut?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw those clips, and I was like, this is fucking nuts. This guy's insane.
So fucking fun.
Did you know him at all before?
I knew him, so he lived with me for like 3 months. Do you know Adam Brenneman?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Brenneman and I grew up together. We're best buddies, and he was training Brenneman to like lose weight.
Right, like on a fitness plan.
Yeah. So he lived with us for like 3 months, and then we just became boys after that.
Nice. Hell yeah. Where'd you go to school?
I went to High Point.
Oh, okay, word. Yeah, I know where that is. I played lacrosse, so High Point was like a lacrosse school. It was like one of those schools that I feel like a lot of people knew only if you played lacrosse.
The Lax team was nice.
They were pretty solid.
So, yeah, what are you gonna get changed?
Yeah, I have a pair of swim trunks. Is that cool?
Yeah, you can use a bathroom.
Like a bathing suit?
Yeah.
Word.
You bring the stream into the bathroom with you?
No. Yo, they're gonna have to wait, bro.
That's the OnlyFans content.
Yes, that's the exclusive content. I was thinking about maybe doing a little bit of rage bait and wearing my Travis Scotts into the cold plunge.
I like it. You're gonna freeze your ass off.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the degrees at?
I'll tell you.
This is my first time doing this, bro.
Is it?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
you're in deep.
Chad, I'm putting on the Travis.
47.
47. What are you like? What would you?
45 to 50, I think is recommended.
Chad, should I do it or what? They'll be toast. They'll be cooked after this. Let me get my phone.
So be careful. I'm gonna mic you up obviously as well.
Yeah.
Obviously with the water, you gotta be careful. Typically I'll have people wear hats, but if you don't want to wear a hat and you feel comfortable with
Is this fine?
yeah, that's
Will
fine.
this work?
That's fine.
Here.
But I do have everybody dunk at the end, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't do that with my hair
Okay,
though.
then we won't do that.
I could go as, yeah. I literally just paid money for this. I'm not getting this wet. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Chase Young, welcome to the Rooftop Cold Plunge.
Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate you coming through. I didn't know you were a Philly guy.
Big Philly guy.
You've been here for a minute.
I grew up in Philly my whole life. I was born in Abington. Spent a lot of my time in Abington and then Horsham, which is like outside the city. And then I went to high school at St. Joe's Prep.
Okay.
So that's like literally on Girard Ave.
And you've been in
close by.
Philly. Where'd you go to college?
I went to University of Michigan.
Okay.
So I played lacrosse over there. And then after my time at Michigan, came back to Philly.
So that's good to know. I don't know if you know what I do for business, but college sports company, we're building media networks at all these schools.
Mhm.
We just signed Michigan last week. So
Go Blue.
We're going to have to tap in
Hail to the victors.
some content with you. That'd be good.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to sit outside the plunge for a couple questions before we torture his ass in the cold plunge. So 5 or 6 questions, and then we'll dive in.
All right.
All right. So, founded Culture Kicks. 2022 is what I saw. Is that correct?
2020 is when the side hustle became a thing.
Okay.
And then for about 2 years, I was side hustling before I quit my job in 2022. My full-time, like, real job in 2022.
Love it. So, based out of Philly, global media and sneaker company. But prior to kind of founding Culture Kicks, what were you doing? What was your day-to-day looking like?
The day-to-day pre-Culture Kicks, I gotta say, was working at a pharmaceutical company. I was doing sales, so a lot of my job revolved around me driving around, going from hospital to hospital around Philly and letting doctors know about the drugs that they could give to their patients. So complete 180 from what I'm doing now and everything with the sneaker game.
That's awesome. So then that transitions us into, what was that light bulb moment that kind of went off for you to go attack this Culture Kicks game?
Yeah, the light bulb moment had to be the pandemic. The pandemic woke me up. It kind of made me realize that I wanted to do more with my life other than just kind of work the 9-to-5 grind. Being a lacrosse player, like having aspirations to do that my entire life was kind of my North Star. And then after school, I kind of felt like a black of like, I don't know what I want to do. And I've always was passionate about sneakers. I always loved, just collecting shoes, or like the fact of like, they all told a different type of story. They all had some sort of like connection to a cool historic event. Like that really fascinated me. And in 2020, the sneaker boom was going crazy. I was talking like Jordans were retailing for $200. You could resell them off that day for $600. So you could really make good money. And I remember like trying to get into entrepreneurship, trying to understand how am I going to be financially free. If I ever want to quit my job, what would that even look like? And sneakers was that outlet for me. So I created the Culture Kicks page, and I didn't know what I wanted to do at the time. I didn't know if I wanted to make it like more so a media company or more so like a place where people could basically buy and sell with me and like build a community of that. And it ended up being like a mixture of both, I feel like. And I was just hustling, posting sneakers that I was buying on my Instagram, on my story page, on the feed, and people would swipe up being like, yo, I need those sneakers. And we were instantly selling out. Like I was selling out probably after the height of it, like, after like 3-4 months of like getting into it, like I was selling out. As soon as I bought that shoe, everything was sold that day.
That's awesome.
So it took me some time to get there, but once I realized the sauce of everything I bought in one day sold in 24 hours.
Amazing. So I guess, what was the one problem that you solved with Culture Kicks that nobody else was really able to solve?
There was like probably 2 big problems back then, right? Number one, it was the fact that people couldn't get these high-end, low supply items. So I was filling that need. And the only other option was getting it on StockX or getting it on a platform that would take about 2 to 3 weeks to get to you.
I remember StockX.
Or like going to the mall and going to a resale store and getting kind of overcharged for whatever item you were trying to get. So I was mobile, I was in my car. I was basically like DoorDash for sneakers.
That's awesome.
Like you hit up the page, you want a pair of shoes that night to go out with your boys, go to the club or whatever. I'm there in 30 minutes and you're paying less than what you were paying at a mall. And obviously you couldn't get that type of customer, service with StockX just because it takes too long to get to you. So that was kind of the void I was filling. And I just kind of, entered that market in Philly at first. And then with Instagram, it expanded all around the US, and we had customers from every, part of the US.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what separates people who make it in this space versus the ones that don't?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say a lot has changed since I first started. So, and there's a lot of people and a lot of companies that have kind of fallen by the wayside. So I would say the number one thing you have to do is adapt and be able to change your business model at at any given second. But also have a foundation where you know how to do what you're about to go to do next. Because if you're just chasing the next thing, that's kind of super risky, and you're basically just playing on the roulette table. But if you can find a way to have some sort of foundation of what you do and be adaptive of that niche or community, you'll be successful, I think, in the long run. And for me, that's kind of what I've been able to do. And honestly, social media was one of those big things. Like a lot of people that I was in competition with during 2020, 2021, when everyone was making money, people weren't really caring on their social media presence or what YouTube video they're going to upload next. And I was thinking about that because I knew that the long run, the long game was having a wider footprint.
Yeah, I mean, social media has become such a powerful tool, and the fact that you kind of had that foresight early on was massive. I mean, I'm sure for the success of your company.
Yeah, I growing up, I like wanted to always do the social media stuff. I don't know if you ever did. Like if you ever saw yourself doing this.
I mean, yeah, I didn't, probably not at this magnitude, but I mean, I think I like to perform, and I like to do it in front of a lot of people. So,
okay, like I'm a Leo.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know if you believe in any of that stuff, but I don't really love like the attention. It's more so the creativity behind it and like pushing something out and seeing how people respond and react to it. And I remember like in high school watching YouTube early on, like early YouTube days, and being like, this would be pretty cool to do as a living. So with the whole sneaker stuff, I knew from day one of like, if I wanted to build a company, I needed to make content behind it and like give a story of like why people should even care.
That brings me to actually another question. Obviously you guys have a massive following now, and I'm sure you have a big team, but how much are you still a part of the creative process and kind of the strategy behind the content?
I would say the strategy I'm definitely heavily invested into. I'm hands-on with that. When it comes to like the actual editing side of things and the production, I've always kind of been hands-off. Like I don't know a single thing about editing.
Really?
I don't know what frames need to be properly placed for the video and the camera. I knew that that wasn't a strong suit of mine in the beginning, and I learned like, okay, well, if I can make enough money doing the sneaker business, let me outsource those things to the people that are very good at them and get the best people to do them and really be hands-off. And I feel like a lot of business owners or like early entrepreneurs don't understand that concept, and that's where they kind of get stuck in the mud, is because they're trying to juggle everything at once. So me right now, I'm all about like the creative, the vision of what we're doing next, how the content is going to look, but the production side I don't handle at all. But yeah, on a day-to-day, I am entrenched in what's going on, what social media is talking about, and basically trying to replicate or you do my own version of that and make that my own content.
That's cool.
But yeah.
Two more quick questions, and I promise we're getting in the Plunge.
All right. You're warming me up.
Yeah, no, it's good. Honestly, this is the warmest it's been for any of our guests. When Brad Kraut did it, it was like 50 degrees out here, 45 degrees, and we were freezing our ass off. So what's something you did early on that felt kind of crazy but ended up working out for you and your company?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can kind of touch on the social media thing again, because we were doing YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for probably 2.5 years before any sort of traction. And I'm talking about 2 years, under 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We almost have 600,000 now. Less than 10,000 Instagram followers. We got like 1.3 million now. And TikTok, I don't even know where we were at, but now we have like 2.3 million. And that took day in and day out, just content production with no return. So it's a lot of an investment where you're like, what am I doing this for? And that's why I feel like if you're getting into this content space, you have to be focused on the long-term vision and not so caught up on, this video is made today, let's see how it performs tomorrow. Because no one's gonna give a damn for at least a year. And then once you build some consistency and you build that like core audience, then you kind of have that to build off of. But we're kind of doing it all over again with the live streaming thing. Like Twitch has been very humbling for me, because oh yeah, for sure, because it's very hard to get even 100 people to concurrently watch you and do what you're doing. Yeah, because most of the time they're people, like our audience is so used to our sneaker content. So I'm trying to get them a behind the scenes of what I do on the day to day, and that's very humbling to do. And I know that's going to take time too before we start like seeing the benefit or the rewards of the Twitch streams. So
Just having
it's just
to
a
be,
grind.
Having to be on all the time.
All the time. You're live, and it's like anything you say, whatever, you know, it's clipped.
Not everybody has the energy of Brad Kraut, where
No.
he wakes up and he kicks the sheets and just absolutely
Make shit happen.
wreaks mayhem on the world.
No, he's built for live streaming, 100%. Like his life was made to be a IRL live streamer out in the wild, bro.
So true.
Like, and I'm totally cool with like that not being like my persona. Like, I am who I am, and I feel like whether my audience gets to 100,000 concurrent viewers or only 100 concurrent viewers, like, I'm happy with whatever I'm putting out there, as long as I know that I'm doing I'm doing as much as I can to entertain and like being true to myself.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, last question. I told you earlier I'm not a huge sneakerhead, but when I was telling my team that you were coming to film, a couple of them are massive sneaker guys.
Of course.
They wanted me to ask you about the Culture Glider 3.
Yes, the V3.
Give us a little something about it. I don't know how much you're allowed to talk about it or what, but give us.
When's this drop? When is this podcast gonna drop?
This will drop in 2 weeks.
Okay. So if you're watching this, the Culture Kicks Glider V3 has already dropped. The cloud white colorway, cherry red, and Oreo. They most likely sold out. But if they haven't sold out, they're gonna be at culturekicks.shop. And I would say the process behind that took about 8 to 9 months to even come up with, we're talking concept, samples. We get the samples, they're not too good. Go get more samples. These don't fit as well as you want them to. Get more samples. They could be a little bit more comfortable. Get another sample. So like, it's a long process. And it's the reason why probably a lot of companies don't dive into the, whole sneaker world. And you got a bunch of competition. You're fighting with Nike, you're fighting with Hoka, New Balance, all these big dogs. So it's definitely a very challenging thing for us, but I'm very happy with our results so far. And like, we've been able to sell out the version 1, version 2, and this will be the final Culture Kicks Glider V3, like in this silhouette. So it's going to be a collector's piece for sure.
It is online, right? Because they showed me the picture. I mean, I thought they were sweet.
Yeah. No, if you're into running, if you're into fitness, it's perfect for that. The trend right now has kind of been that vibe too. Like, I would say most people love just comfortability now. Like, people don't really care about the style, but more so comfortability. So we really focused on that for this drop and making sure that these are as feeling like you're walking on clouds as possible.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, he's warmed up. Let's do it.
Oh boy. In the Travies, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Isn't I cool to do that?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I don't know if it's some sanitary disclaimers.
First cold plunge ever?
First cold plunge ever, bro. I think the only time I can think about something close to this would be at Michigan, but I stayed away from the cold plunge. I was in the hot tub.
They didn't make you do it?
No.
All right.
How do I do this shit?
So we just go 1, 2, 3, and you just gotta get in, butt on this side, and lay flat. All right. Tell the people.
What is this?
This is that's a brand new one. That was a birthday.
It's a thermometer.
Yeah.
46, 47.
Let's go.
You ready?
Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh! Yo! Oh! Oh!
Yo! What a reaction!
Woo! Woo! You're alive! Holy shit! I'm alive, baby!
It's always the first 30.
Oh my God!
I should have given you the toe size.
Oh, baby! I got the Travies on though.
He's got the Travies on. All right, let's rip so you don't turn purple here. What is the first sneaker you ever bought, and where are those sneakers now?
First sneaker I ever bought had to be my Reebok Question Mids Allen Iverson edition. Fire. Back when he wore 2001 NBA Finals, 76ers. Shout out to Pops for grabbing me those.
I love that. So you're a big AI guy.
Huge, massive.
Love it. What is your daily wear?
Daily wear has to be, if I'm chilling at the crib, I'm going with Uggs. Mad comfy, just like, I like the fur in them.
Yep, I like it.
Ooh. When I'm working out, I go with the Nike Rejuvenate React slides. You got to grab those in the arsenal.
You're going to have to pop those up here on the screen.
And then running around, I go Culture Gliders. And if I'm stepping out, I go Travies.
Ooh. The wet ones?
I got to go wet Travies now. God,
How you feel?
I'm numb now. It's GG's.
What's the most overhyped sneaker of the last 5 years?
If it's okay if I hold this, it's like my, it's like, what do they say? Like, I can't even think right now.
Like a snow cone.
It's like your toy where, like, when if you go to the doctor and they shoot you with a needle and like they told you to hold.
Ball.
Stress ball is my stress ball.
That's your stress ball.
My polar bear stress ball right now. Woo! What was the question?
The question: What's the most overhyped sneaker of the last 5 years?
Overhyped sneaker of the last 5 years has to be the Mischief Big Red Boots. People were spending like $1,500 on release day for those ugly ass, big ass boots.
What do they look like?
They're literally big. They look like they come from a cartoon. They look like Sonic the Hedgehog's like boots, but they're massive, bro. You have to look it up after this. But they go for like $100 now. Like they completely lost all their value. Worst sneaker.
Another question: What's drop an unpopular opinion? It's cold.
It's very cold.
Drop an unpopular opinion about the sneaker culture.
Unpopular opinion about sneaker culture. Unpopular opinion about sneaker culture is that sneakerheads are not financially smart and stable, where most of these sneakerheads are actually, it's the joke's on you. They're double and tripling up. And yeah, it might look like they're spending $600-700 on shoes, but really they're wearing one and then selling the other two. So they're actually making profit.
Oh shit. Sneaky.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know the answer to this question, by the way. But what is the best collab you've ever done? What is the best sneaker collab you've ever done?
Oh, like media-wise?
Yeah, I guess media-wise, yeah.
This was pretty cool. When I was out in LA for the NBA All-Star Weekend, I got to meet Kevin Durant, and someone introduced me to him.
Oh shit.
And he was like, yo, this is Kevin, this is the Culture Kicks guy, he's the coin flip guy. And he's like, bro, I already know who that is.
Really?
He's like, I watch all the content.
Let's go.
And I was like, damn, KD's tapped in. That was a fire moment. So many other fire moments, but I just got to meet Cooper DeJean. Go Birds. And shout out to BG as well. BG has been rocking with us since we were a very tiny page. No one knew about us. I remember the first time he even saw us with the camera, and he's like, bro, y'all are gonna do big things. So shout out to BG, shout out to KD, and shout out to Coop.
Awesome. That's a tough three right there. I don't know about this question. This was my team's question. Should you wear your sneakers?
Absolutely. I wear all of my shoes. There's not one single shoe in my collection that I haven't worn.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't really I do believe in obviously keeping shoes dead stock because that will hold the value of them.
Yeah.
But that's why you get two pairs.
Right.
Get that second pair. Wear your shoes, bro.
So that question did make sense. And when they said that to me, I'm like, what does that even mean?
Oh, most people don't.
Like, he'll know.
Bro, most people won't wear them. Some collectors, they don't touch any of their shoes because, the value of them goes up over time, most likely. So if you wear them, it kind of depreciates the value, and especially if you put them in an ice bucket like this, they're not worth shit.
No, they aren't. But if it's signed by the Rooftop Cold Plunge, they may go up.
Potentially. We'll see.
What is your worst scam story?
Worst scam story of me getting scammed?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You don't scam people.
I don't scam. No, I do not scam. The worst scam story has to be in Philly, my own city, bro. I was at SneakerCon Philly.
What year?
This past year. One of the guys comes up to me and he's like, bro, I'm from Philly. I wouldn't do you dirty. This, that, and the third.
Yeah.
I think I gave him $500 or maybe $1,000 coin flip. It was 500 or 1,000. He gives me the shoes out of the box, bro. The actual bottom of the shoe is just falling off.
No.
So the shoes are worthless. And I'm like, bro, I thought you said you got me. You're from Philly. He's like, fuck you, bro. I don't fuck with you. So it was just a straight up hater.
So Calvin
trolling me. What?
It was like Calvin Cambridge.
Yeah.
When in what's the movie? Calvin Cambridge when he's like Mike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoes are completely destroyed. You can't sell them. I can't give them to anybody. You just have to throw them in the trash. Just spend $1,000 on it. That was a bad scam. That was an L scam.
What's one thing the average consumer doesn't understand about streetwear?
One thing the average consumer doesn't understand. I feel like they don't understand hype. Do you know what a Labubu is?
No.
Yeah, so these little dolls are going for crazy bread right now.
Oh, I saw them.
Yes, yeah. The average person doesn't understand that. Where me, I've been through this game for, 5-6 years now that I understand that it's a trend and it most likely won't last forever, but like I know how to like attack that trend and profit off of it. Because there's no reason why a little toy animal should be going for $45,000.
Absolutely not. Is that going to last for a long time, or is that just like a little like year-long hype train?
We'll have to see. I would say it depends, because like when the only reason why trends change is because like something bigger and better comes out and then kind of takes the eyes off of that thing. So depending on, the next item that maybe, Nike drops, or maybe it's a new company and it goes crazy, might move the hype to that, and then Labubus are
gone.
Boo-boo, period.
All right, 2 more questions. What would be the signature sneaker of the rooftop cold plunge?
Signature sneaker of the rooftop cold plunge would have to be 1 or 2. All right, we're gonna go with the Jordan and then the Nike.
Okay.
Jordan would have to be the Jordan 11 Cool Grays, cause like cool, you know what I mean?
I see what you
cold
did
plunge,
there.
cool.
I see what you did.
And they got icy bottoms.
Okay.
So it's like a translucent
What's that,
bottom.
like white?
Like translucent, like it's literally you can see through it.
See through it.
Yeah. And then Nike SB, I'd go with the I think they're called either Christmas. No, the Clivers. The Clivers. They'll know what I'm talking about. SB Clivers. They're like an all white, blue, translucent bottom shoe. They would work perfect for the cold plunge.
I like that.
Yeah, you got to cop them.
Good.
Or maybe I give them to you.
That's quick. That's quick answers from you. You knew exactly what the rooftop.
Yeah, I didn't know that one was coming.
Last question. We ask every plunge guest this. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Best piece of advice I've ever received.
And who from?
I gotta go shout out to Pops again. He had a quote that always stuck with me throughout my life. And tell me what you think about this quote after.
Okay.
But excuses are a monument of nothing. They build bridges to nowhere. And those who use those tools of incompetence are masters of nothing.
Holy shit.
Shout out to Pops.
Did he write that on the he put it on the fridge? I mean,
No, every time I made an excuse, he would say that. So I made a lot of excuses back
if
then.
he said that to me when I was young, I would have been like, what the hell does that even mean? I got the first one.
Yeah, no, basically, I think it's like, don't make excuses. Always wake up, be grateful every single day, because you never know, when your last day might be. So that's been my mentality my whole life. I feel like it's transitioned from what's been my North Star. Like lacrosse used to be my North Star. So my excuses, I could never make excuses about like, the lacrosse training, all that stuff. Now it's like, all right, I'm a businessman, I'm an entrepreneur. Don't make excuses about whatever tough business things are gonna happen, it's gonna happen. We've had crazy things happen to us, terrible things. You gotta wake up, you gotta get after it, you gotta grind. No one cares, fucking work.
Don't make excuses. Life is good, especially when you're in the rooftop cold. Let's go.
Whew.
Normally we make guests dunk, but he just got his hair
I just
done,
got the hair
so
braided, chat, come on.
He can't do it. He can't do it. Good work.
I'm making an excuse.
Yeah, that's an excuse right there. Pops would not figure out.
Not approved. Oh my God.
Good work.
Oh. Bruh, I cannot feel my body.
You might have broke a record.
What's that?
I mean, we were in there for a good 15.
Oh!
12,
Whoa!
15.
Bro, I can't move. Ah. Whew.
Alright,
Yo, the Travies though, they're cooked. We might have to get another pair.
rooftop cold plunge robe.
Hell yeah.
You gotta get a quick flick.
So when am I gonna start feeling like the benefits of this?
Throughout the day.
Oh.
Your body's gonna feel absolute. I do this every morning at 5 a.m.
Really? That's how you wake up?
Yeah. Yep. And I my buddy who I live with, I walk into the gym like this. And he's like,
Yeah, but you're ready.
Yeah.
You fucking already had the hardest part of your day happen.
who the fuck is?
Oh my God. Chad, what do you guys think? W Ben?
You wanna take a flip for it?
Oh my gosh, bro. That was a record though, you said?
You're close. Christian, you know Christian Hackenberg?
Maybe. I'd have to see a photo potentially.
Quarterback for the Jets.
Oh, word, yeah. Okay,
He was in
word.
for like 19, 20 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. This was fun.
Yeah, Yeah, pop over whenever you want. If you want a cold plunge, you know, all the guests.
Do you feel like mad stiff though? Like
You'll warm up. You're just cold. You're just cold as shit.
I really can't feel my legs.
You're not used to that cold.
No, you're definitely way more used to it than I am. So this is your second of the day, or did you skip this morning?
Don't get me in trouble here, but this shit's not cold. This is cold. Feel that?
Fuck you, bro. Oh my God! It's like 20 degrees colder.
It makes no sense for me to run 2
True,
pillars if
true,
I'm
true.
the only one doing this.
True.
That's not good. Do not put me on blast.
That's hilarious. I do see the Travis Scott. There's some sneaker marks in there. Hopefully it didn't fuck up the tub. W's Ben. W Ben. Perfect. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Follow Rooftop Cold Plunge.
Rooftop Cold Plunge. Follow it on Instagram, and to see the clips, follow Rooftops. Follow Culture Kicks. Love you guys. Peace.